What's good, y'all? It's the Demouchets REACT, and we're back with another video. Who we got today, C?
Today we're back with another American reaction. So excited about this video. If you're new to us
And we're new to you,
make sure you scroll down,
hit that subscribe button,
and turn on the post notification bell,
because we're on the road to 200K.
And we cannot get there without you guys. All right, join the family. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
Let's get it.
There's one called the Lagahoo. The other Caribbean countries, French-speaking ones in particular, they call it.
And this one you be talking about?
That
the Lagahoo.
said to be.
This is
I was just
the
called
Rougarou,
huh?
The Lagahoo. This not the same one?
Oh no, and then
it
he
is
said
a wolf.
French speaking.
Yeah, it is a wolf.
He says French speaking. So hold on, let me see what the name is.
So
Rougarou.
Yeah, for anybody that don't know, the Rougarou is the New Orleans. I'm just let's
It's not New Orleans. It's
not
Louisiana.
It's Louisiana. Well,
Yeah,
I'm gonna let you tell
Louisiana.
it, because that's something I ain't know about. I ain't know about the. If y'all knew about it and y'all from the South, let me know. But I didn't grow up on the Rougarou.
A werewolf.
Bro, that's the same
Werewolf.
image.
In the,
that's literally the same image.
They can't see that,
nah,
child.
You can't see it.
A werewolf coming out of the swamp. Rougarou.
And is he coming to scare you, or he's coming to use his teeth?
I gotta read the rest of the folklore.
Let's see what this one
It's
do.
been a long time since I heard about it, but they teach it in elementary school.
Too young. Why? They want to scare the kids.
You don't remember learning about that?
I never learned about no Rougarou.
Oh, I did.
Only thing I knew that sounded like a Rougarou was rooster. No. And we raised chickens.
No.
That's the only thing I can.
I forgot exactly what it was, but yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it after this, because this is probably similar.
Folklore.
This is
We
similar.
learned it in like first grade.
There's one called the Lagahoo. The other Caribbean countries, French-speaking ones in particular, they call it Lougarou. That is said to be a man who read bad books, black books.
The Lagahoo is, in folklore, in Trinidad folklore, it's a man who deals with the devil, and he is well known for pulling a chain.
They are very skillful at escaping. You might say they are shapeshifters if you want. Like a
Shapeshifters.
Shapeshift.
Lagahoo is a man. He can appear as a horse, who appears as a donkey, who appears as a dog, with a chain dragging.
Well, if that's the case, being that he's a shapeshifter, then I could potentially say that I saw the Lagahoo. Because you was there with us. Babe, do you remember? Do you remember? Oh, that happened at the same spot. That's crazy.
Where?
We was to this hotel.
Hotel.
And we saw this huge, shiny black horse.
Okay.
There was no field. But a big old horse was sitting at the end of a dead-end road right here on the side of the hotel where the parking lot was.
Familiar. Why was we there?
And then whenever we was going to the hotel, do you remember when I spotted that big old snake in the tree?
Oh.
Yeah. Could have been the Lagahoo shapeshifter trying to get our attention. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, it made me think about something else too. I don't like spirits like that.
Bruh, that's crazy.
What I noticed about people they call Lagahoo, a few people, is that they have clear eyes. There's one that I quote-unquote knew. In the village where I was born and where I spent a few years. There was a tall guy, nearly 7 feet tall, and kind of slender, so he walked in the loop and walked over Lagahoo. And one day they found him well beaten up by the road because they want to mark the Lagahoo. He cannot say he wasn't the Lagahoo afterwards because he'd get a scar somewhere.
But it's a very cruel thing because it involves scapegoating and it involves at times at least the concept of beating somebody to death.
He said,
The Lagahoo, or Loup-garou, the wolfman, again is a combination of the European concept of the werewolf creature that interfaces with the African shaman, and out of this comes the stories of the shape changer.
I have heard people say, I've spoken to people say they saw it already in the country I talking about, where they had no street lights. He was coming home late in the night and rain was falling. So he went to shelter by the shop. And while he was sheltering, a dog came next to him. And the dog, he just saw the dog began to grow. And as it was going, he started to move up. And the dog was growing. And he started to run, and then the dog came back small.
There was a secret society that surrounded the idea of the shape changer into the pig. And it is my conviction that this is the beginning of the Lagahoo stories, shape changer stories. This was described in a French way, and they call it the wolfman, the loup-garou. This tradition was brought to Trinidad among the Africans who came here with the French people out of Haiti. This shape changer tradition, that the stories that...
Now, I don't remember like everything that went around our folklore, the rougarou, but I wonder if that's like the same tradition, because y'all know with the Haitian Revolution, we got a lot of Haitians that came to Louisiana, and of course Louisiana was a French territory, so I wonder if like that's how it came, you know, how it spread. And y'all know they say New Orleans is the most Caribbean, what they call it, the most Caribbean city out of the Caribbean or something like that. And of course, you know, it spreads throughout the whole state.
Yeah,
So
I wonder if these stories live long enough to where they can be told in different ways.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like how you saying the rougarou and he's saying the Lagahoo.
And they had two pronunciations of it.
Correct. So I wonder if they kind of have like stories to where these names are being used and are being said differently throughout history, but they still all come wrapping around as a full circle moment.
Yeah, it reminds me of that that little exercise that we did in school where we would whisper something into someone's ear and they keep whispering and they go around to the other person.
Yeah.
Keep going until the story has changed so many times because it's been told so many times.
Yeah, and it's not purposely. It's just there's always one person that hear it in a way that the other person didn't.
Right.
That's
Or
basically what
say
it
it
Say
in
it
a way that they understood it.
That is facts.
Yeah.
Here when you collect folklore stories about how this man changed into a pig, or this big pig suddenly appears in a village and everybody suspects what it is and they go after it and they kill it and all this kind of stuff. In Lengua village, one night, they hear chains, the chains of slavery, dragging through the street. When they look outside,
chill.
they see a black man, naked as he born, greased down. He have a coffin on his head with 3 candles.
The
And
Juver?
he walking through the village, dragging the chains that wrap around his waist. When they look up so in the sky, they see a tall, grey, wavering figure with his feet straddling the crossroad. As he passed the police station, the door slammed, bam! And he walked through the whole village. What do you think he have in the coffin? Bushram. Because you have to understand that the Obia man have to make a living. The Obia man is always a businessman. You see the tall creature that was straddling the crossroads? That evening at about 7:30, 8 o'clock, the Obia man went. He get a lot of green bush, leaves, piece of mango tree, things that would smoke plenty, and he light a fire. It's night, nobody has seen, everybody door closed and so, but a lot of smoke rising. He's the only man in the village who have something called a magic lantern. And what he did was that he projected onto that column of smoke the shape of a figure with his legs open, wide, and his arms outstretched.
I mean, that sounds like a genie.
A genie.
Yeah, you know when you rub the lamp and then the smoke come out? That's like a form of, like a genie.
A spirit.
Yeah, I mean, that's what a genie is. Right?
Child.
I mean, that's just like a little level comparison here. A little level comparison. Because I can't fathom, nor have I seen nothing like this, but from cartoons and movies and whatnot, that takes me to a genie.
Okay.
Yeah. It does.
So for the people who dared to look outside, what they saw was a slide
A slide.
projected on a column of grey smoke that looked for all the world like a phantom.
There are books in occult and there are practitioners of occult. There are people who are not pundits or not sadhus and so on, but they do practice obia and witchcraft. I'm sure African obia men here are using some of the traits and skills of the Indian obia men and vice versa. It's a thriving industry. and they can tell you that they are very important people in society who go to them and seek their services.
People who read the Titalbe does a lot of practice too. The Titalbe is a Hindu book, an Indian book. And the pundits and them, and there are certain people who could read the Titalbe, could make you get in a lot of problems. Because even my fella told my father that he has certain time in the night, if you could read the Titalbe, you go to a river, 12 o'clock in the night, it must be 12 o'clock. You see the short fig like that? You must go and cut when you're now busting out. Cut out that part, and you go in the middle of the river. You have to go naked.
The middle.
And stand up into the water. And you're asking that fig stalk, the head that will break out, make the bunch of fig, what you want and what you come for. And that will turn to a man's head, and he will talk to it.
In the middle of the 19th century, towards the end of the 19th century, from the 1850s to the 1880s and so, in Europe, the Western magical tradition became very strong. There was a revival of medieval magic as a fashion. This is pentagrams and invocations and selling your soul to the devil and that sort of thing. The Obeahman of that day began to get these books. So he began to understand the nature of the relationship between man and the devil in a Christian context. So here you got this syncretic again, the joining together of the traditional West African shaman and the European-oriented Faust, looking to make a pact with the devil so that he would get power or riches. And it was said that a person who could do this was a well-versed in the Titalbe. The Titalbe is a study of books. So that is why he was called the science man. The Obeahman, the science man, the Lagahoo, the African shaman. What you're describing there is a progression over 200 years of arriving at a certain kind of command of magic, a certain kind of the command over nature.
Yeah, we're going to stop it right there. So, out of all of this that you heard, is there any comparison you think?
I don't really remember the story fully to make a comparison. I just remember it was the man who came out the swamp.
Yeah.
The wolf man.
Some interesting things that he mentioned is that they will go to the middle naked of the river. They will go to the middle of the river naked.
And ask what you want.
And ask what you want. And then you have to cut like a certain plant. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's like the offering. You know? Everything works through exchange. That's how society moves.
Yep.
So it makes sense.
You don't know what you're getting with that. You think you only getting riches and your desires, child.
Yeah, there's some strings to that, bro. Some strings. Some heartstrings.
I don't know. This one was a little bit more scarier to me than the orb of fire. Because what? I don't know.
When you're dealing with a shapeshifter, huh?
Yes, and we do know that we have a lot of our Louisiana people on the channel. If y'all remember the story, please drop it down.
Yeah, because I don't. I
remember bits. I just remember about the Wolfman. That's all I remember.
Yeah.
And I remember I learned it in the first grade.
Dang, bro. So basically, we watch this stuff on TV without even realizing the history behind it.
Yeah.
For most parts.
Yeah.
Because we see videos where you like people shapeshift all the time into animals, and we would think that's interesting and cool.
Right.
But there's a story that people really lived.
Yeah.
That took us to where we are today for these type of visuals. Yes, sir.
Yeah, and if you are anywhere in the world and you have something that's similar to this story, drop it down. Let's chat about it. All right.
Let's get it.
We hope you guys enjoyed this video with us. Be sure to subscribe. We'll see you soon.
Peace.